Hello and welcome to week 3, day 3. This is the project for Wednesday. This one is going to be featuring a bit of a fun fold, a bit of a fun closure. All the projects this week are featuring the Autumn Expressions Stamp and Dies and the Splendid Autumn DSP. If you would like to get these project kits for free if you place an order through my link with the host code. You can get all the items for the kits sent to you to make these projects. So I will put the host code in the information when I upload the video. So let's get started on this card. Like I said, this one I've got two here, but they both close the same way. They have this fun little flap closure, and this one you can see that the DSP kind of goes all the way across, and then this one the DSP doesn't. I made the white a little bit bigger for the inside. So, and then this one has got some bling on it, some ribbon and some gems. So we will go ahead and get started making those. For this project I used the Fresh Freesia purple color because the background, the beautiful lovely flowers have that beautiful fresh freesia and purple color in them. This one, when I looked through all the cards, I thought, oh, I love this one, and so I'm going to use the crushed curry for the base, and I'm going to use very vanilla for the sentiment part. So we will get those papers cut. First off, we will cut the base, and we're cutting the base at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. So we'll go ahead and put the long side at the top, and we will cut that down to 4 1/4. Okay, and we are going to score it at 3 inches. Okay. Now this card, as you can see here, it's a landscape card. You could do it horizontally, portrait mode. I'm going to go ahead and do mine as landscape again. So we'll go ahead and get that folded over. So we're going to be doing it like this. Next, we're going to cut a piece of the DSP for the front panel, and we're going to be cutting this one at 2 3/4 by 4. So I wanted to be sure that I got this corner, this up here like this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this at the 2 3/4. And then let's get that saved. And then I want to go ahead and just cut that end off. So I will cut 4 inches here. And I always like to hold it up to my card so that I know where I'm cutting, what I'm going to be cutting off. Because I'm really bad about, I'll cut it and then I'll bring it over here and it'll be the wrong way. So I now try to hold it up to my card where I want it to go. So this piece is going to go ahead and go on the front of here. So we'll go ahead and get that added. I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal to add it. Finally had a very cool day today. Getting our Wyoming wind though, it's coming back, so it's kind of wishing that would stay gone a little longer, but at least the days are cooler. I mean, I enjoy the hot days, I really do. But I also do enjoy the autumn days. Okay, now I'm going to cut a piece to go in the middle here. So I want to kind of continue that. So this piece is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I will go ahead and cut this at 4. And then I will cut that end off. So I will do 5 1/4 here. And so this way it kind of looks like a continuation. I mean, the sentiment is going to kind of be over it, but it's going to look like a continuation underneath though. So I like that part of it. And we'll go ahead and get that put in there. Again, I'm going to just use my Stampin' Seal. I really enjoy this DSP. I like the 6x6 DSPs. It comes with four sheets of each pattern, which is really nice. That way you can get several different cards out of it. See, that way you could even use that way in a way. Those flowers are really pretty. I just really like those flowers. I like all the flowers in this set. The purple, the yellow, the orange. They've got some white. But there you go. See, look at how it just looks like a continuation. Okay, now we're going to create the flap. So we're going to be cutting the yellow cardstock, and we need a piece that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So we want a square. Okay. So there's our square, and then we're going to need a piece that is 2 by 2 of our DSP. So I'm going to try to decide. I could probably just use this one, but let's see if that is 2 inches. It should be, yeah, because I cut off the 4 inches. So then I will cut off this end. Okay. So there's going to be our flap, but now in order to create the corner, we're going to cut these two pieces in half. So we're going to cut them at a diagonal. So there you're going to line up your corners on the edges of your trimmer. Okay. Now I like to put the blade right kind of in the middle so that it doesn't jab up and hurt the corners. So we'll get this one centered on there. There we go. Okay. So now I get to decide which one I like best. I almost kind of like that one better, so I'll go with that one. Okay, so for that we're going to adhere this to that, and you can use your DSP or your glue. It's not a very big piece, but you can still use your DSP on there, just going along the edges. There. And then you just center that on there. There you go. And then all these pieces can go into my pile there. Okay, now I'm going to cut the sentiments from out of the very vanilla color. So I will go ahead and get those going. And I need 2 of them to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So maybe I'll do it. No, I'll do this way. Yep. So 2 3/4. By 3 3/4. Okay. So there's those 2 pieces. And then I will need my cardstock one more time because I will be cutting a 3 by 4 piece out of this. So, because this is going to go behind the front sentiment. Okay. Now we are done with the stamp and trim. So we're going to work on our sentiment on here. Okay, so the sentiment's going to go on the front here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and use the Grateful for You stamp. I like that stamp. So we'll take that one out of there. Make sure I have a piece over here to practice on. And I'm going to stamp it in the Mossy Meadow. I think that'll be a really nice color for the greeting. And since there's going to be that flap over here, I'm going to put this more on the side. So there we go. Get that cleaned off of there. Okay, and then I think I will, for this one I had the leaves, and I might do those again around the edges. Let me get a drink real quick. So we'll take that out of there. I'll go ahead and grab the crushed curry again. And I will take that cute little leaf stamp. And I will just go around the edges. I'm going to do a stamp off so they're not quite as bright. There, I like that. Okay, get that stamp off of there. Okay. I got a little bit of ink on there, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off really quick. That is one thing I like about the glass mat, is that I can just wipe the ink off if I get it stamp over. Okay, So see how nice that looks? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the cardstock. I like this very vanilla. I just like that it just is kind of a calming color. And one of my favorite scents is vanilla. But so kind of get that centered on there. Okay, now to decide, I kind of like this ribbon for the edge. I don't know. I kind of do like it. Just to give it a little something over here. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put it on there or not. I really do like that ribbon. I love it with the crushed curry. But I don't know if it isn't too bold for the rest of it. Oh, I think I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. So I'll kind of wrap it around. I don't know, I like it. I don't feel that it distracts or anything. I think it adds to it a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. But I'm just going to, over here on the edge, I'm going to put down some of the Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to wrap the card around so that it's basically, or the ribbon around, so it's basically on the very edge of this. See, I really do like that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the Stampin' Seal. Make sure I get all of that ribbon. Get the edges. Oh, actually, I don't want the whole edge. Darn it, I wasn't thinking. I don't want the whole edge because part of it's going to be setting off. So we'll go ahead and erase some of that Stampin' Seal up here. And this is just an adhesive eraser is all it is, but that way you can get rid of any adhesive that you don't want. So we'll get that up there. So I only want it about halfway because I don't want it to stick the whole way to the front there. Okay. Go over one more little edge. There. There we go. Okay. Like I said, I only want that about halfway across. I don't want it all the way because then it would stick to the inside and we don't want it to do that. Okay. So you just kind of want to center it because see, this is going to go over here on the side. So I just really do want it centered on there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there, see now, I do have a little bit there still that is trying to peek out, but it's not as bad. So I like my little goo eraser. It does help. So there we go with the front of the card. Okay, and now we can put the sentiment on the inside. And this, I want to be sure that it doesn't show, but I'm going to have a perfectly lovely day on there. So I do like that sentiment as well. And I'm also going to stamp it in the okay. I really do like the fonts in this stamp set. Just elegant. And see, on that other one, I actually didn't stamp a sentiment. I just stamped the little leaf. But this one, I want to put the sentiment. So now I will use my Stampin' Seal to put it down in there. And this is the one where you kind of gotta work it a little bit, because you do want it to be underneath that. So there's, see, I kind of held centered it on there and then held it. So now this piece is going to go here on the side. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. And I am going to use my glue to hold it. I feel it will hold it down better. So just going to take the glue along the edge. And then you just want to center it on there really well. Get it right up to the edge. And I kind of like to, there we go. And I'm just going to hold it down a little bit. This way it'll make a good contact. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some of the gems. And these are the gold textured adhesive back dots. So go ahead and use a medium one. And then a smaller one. And then on the bottom a smaller one. And there you go. There is your flap fold card. So that was very easy. And there's the different ones that I made. This was actually, I was invited to an exclusive stamp night, and they did a mystery card. So they gave us all the instructions on what to do, and then we had to put the card together following the instructions, what we thought were the instructions, and then they showed us during the call what it was. So this was my version, this one here. I hope you had fun with me tonight, and I will be back tomorrow with the fourth project for the week. I think tomorrow will also be a card, and then Friday will be kind of a decor item. So I hope you will stick with me for that. I hope you guys had a great Wednesday and have a great night. Thank you.